175 laps at iRacing's last great Coliseum. Defending champion Jacob Bradley starts us off as the green flag waves at Bristol. Let's go racing. Huge wreck out of turn number 2. Looks like Tristan Catania's involved. Grandma Jeannie's in the house as well. Caution number 1 on lap number 1. There's New Jersey's Tristan Catania. Not a great start for him. Bren Roberts, was he also involved in that one? Our points leader, by the way. There's the points coming into this one. Bren Roberts leads by 1 lonely digit. Let's see if we can go back to turn number 2, find out just what happened to Tristan. Oh, contact from Nick Pressey. Bren Roberts also involved. Have another look with Tristan Catania. See if we can get a different angle here. There we go. Bren Roberts was involved there, but definitely, you make your own opinions, but one more look from the top. I'm not sure if Tristan slowed down, if Nick just sped up a bit, but, you know, it happens. There is Bren Roberts, recently coming down into the pits. New Jersey's Tristan Catania involved in that skirmish. And at the front, if the race were to end right now, he'd be our points leader. Driver 50, the 5-0, the Hoosier. And defending champion Jacob Bradley sits ahead of Aaron Edwards in that second position in the number 1-5. It got dark quick, didn't it? Like, really, really quick. It got dark super quick. The sun just, the race kicked off, and I think the sun just crept behind the stands as soon as the race kicked off, so now we're waiting for the lights to come on. If you just tuned in, you have not missed a thing. One crash. Let's have one more look. Keep your eye on Catania in the 48. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey got more than a bite out of Tristan. Bren Roberts, the points leader, involved in that one too. Cars are double file. The lights are off on the pace truck, and we're going to go racing one more time. What is this? Round 4 of 14. Next week is Silverstone. I'm so geeked. I don't think anybody has run a single lap of practice at Silverstone at all yet. We're doing it because we can, and we're doing it because the other guys that run TNT said, yeah, why not, when I begged to put Silverstone on the schedule. So we're getting Silverstone on the schedule. You better believe it. Before we can get to that, we still have, what, 160-some more laps to go. Jacob Bradley leads. Aaron Edwards in that second position. Green flag is out. Let's do it again. At the front, it's Jacob Bradley with Aaron Edwards now occupying the space behind him. Matt Seeger in third. Those are two of the Delta Sport cars that we've mentioned in previous weeks. Missouri's Noah Belleville with his number 1 fan, Grandma Jeannie, in the house. She's cheering on the Season 9 champion. Evan Pienta, one of our rookies, in that awesome-looking 66. He had a couple of good laps at Rockingham the last time I remember seeing him. And our two-time champion, rocking the number 18. We've been giving him stick about this for weeks because Tom Sears normally runs the 14 car. Huge Bobby Labonte fan. He's run Bobby Labonte paint schemes in all 11 seasons of Thursday Night Thunder. But this time, he's finally decided to make the switch to number 18. So the Southampton, Massachusetts native running in that 6th position. Rocking his Heroes colors. 14 laps underway of the scheduled 175. Cousin Cody is 0.2 of a second behind Tom Sears, the Georgia native. Ahead of one of the Bluegrass Bandits, who's also made a number change this year. He's rocking the number 3, the Good Wrench Services Machine. Around Richie Catania in the number 24, that T-Rex car. Running slower than what you'd expect. He now sits ahead of Dale Markowski, but Richie Catania running a lap off the pace, as is his brother Tristan. Dale's running in 11th right now with Tommy Withers behind him. Let's go on board with Dale. One car off the pace. It looks like Evan Pienta, who's gone off the track. It is Pienta in the double 6, the Michigan native. And a big fan of the blue. Goes off the racetrack. He's running in the 17th position right now. See if we can find out just what happened to Evan. I'm going to guess he got loose off of 2. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. By himself. It's a really neat 360. I don't think he hit anything. He keeps it pushing. He's in 17th on the lead lap. At the front, Jacob... How the hell is this possible? Caution's out as Jacob Bradley's 3.5 seconds ahead of everybody. It doesn't matter. Colin McDonough will bring out the caution for the second time tonight. But Jacob, you know, that's why Jacob Bradley won one Season 10's championship with such ease, because he's that good, and now it doesn't matter. Aaron Edwards will catch back up to him. Let's go back to see what happened to Colin McDonough on lap 24. Well, the caution's already out by this point. Possibly Matt Seeger involved as well. What happened? What in the world? They're going 3 wide here. Can we back this up? Tom Sears got involved as he's about to just plow through Matt Seeger. 3 wide in turn number 1, and this starts all the way back in 4. Let's go to the top. Tristan Catania's on the outside. Contact there as the 15 tries to avoid the 48. More contact as Catania's just trying to stay out of everybody's way, I guess. Matt Seeger gets the worst of it. The 2-time champion Tom Sears gets into Matt Seeger. Seeger goes up the racetrack where, yes, Colin McDonough will send Matt Seeger into the Bristol air. One more look, because that is the most unbelievable and hilarious comedy of errors, as the 51 of Ryan Lindemann goes around his buddy Matt Seeger. See if we can bother the Georgia pilot. I want to find out exactly just what happened, because this is pretty crazy. Matt Seeger, Rick James in the house. Can you hear me? Matt Seeger, Rick James up top. Last call, Matt Seeger. Hey, buddy, you got me?
Hey, yeah, what's up?
Hey, man. Okay, so briefly describe what in the world happened under that caution. 3 wide, you got pinballed up and down the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, I have no idea. I thought that the 15 was going to spin that lap car, so I went high because they both went low. And then whoever that was just, I don't know. I don't know if they got tight or I don't really know what happened. They just came up the track and, yeah, it was all bad. I mean, it was not good.
All right.
Had a good race going until then.
Right, we're 27 laps into this race so far. The Unified Potential machine has certainly a lot of potential in it now to get back up to the front. Biggest challenge so far?
Just managing the tires. I thought we were doing a good job of it until then, so I think the biggest challenge is just going to try and be getting our track position back.
Emily's cheering you on in the chat, buddy. Have fun. We're going to let Matt Seeger go back to work. Green flag will come out, and it's DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville leading this race. With a fantastic restart. Check out, though, who's in second and third. Briley Wright and Chuck Sweeting. Jacob Bradley decided to come into the pits here on lap 25. Drivers can go approximately 100-some laps on a tank of fuel. About 100 to 110. For the last 5 Bristol winners went on to be TNT champions. Jacob Bradley looking to be the first guy to win 2 consecutive titles since Aiden Norman did it. What was that, season 6? Anyway, 33 laps in. If you just tuned in, a couple of cautions to speak of. We'll see if we can get a green flag run going. Jacob Bradley trying to get around Briley Wright. Let's go on board. Doing it the hard way around the outside. Jacob Bradley, new leader at Bristol. 26 laps under his belt so far in that first position. Getting tight back here. Jacob Renneker to the inside of Josh Gaiman. That's going to be for the 7th spot. They're getting really, really close, really well acquainted. And Matt Seeger, who was just involved in that most recent caution, trying to bring his Delta Sport Unified Potential machine through that field. Further on back in the Valvoline machine. Nick Pressey's only TNT win came here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. He runs the high side in that number 94 car. The Brooklyn pilot has Dale Markowski ahead of him. And opens the door for potentially Tom Sears to slide beneath him into the top 10. The third of the Delta Sport cars that we haven't mentioned yet, Ethan Winters up 7 places from where he started. Jacob Renneker up 10 places from where he started. There's the movers and shakers so far. How about Brent Roberts, though? Started stone dead last, up into the 11th position. Jacob Bradley leads this race, but if it comes to a late race caution, which, given the potential, very well may be, anything's possible, considering how well Brent Roberts is doing in, 43 of our scheduled 175 laps so far? It's fantastic. You get dizzy going around this racetrack, don't you? It's almost hilarious how fantastically dizzy this track makes you. Josh Gaiman on the outside. He's deciding to almost make contact with Evan Pienta in that double six purple EPD machine. Let's hitch a ride with the double six. Second place up for grabs. Cody Pennell, Noah Belleville deciding they're going to discuss it. And Pennell will keep the position for now. Shout out Grandma Jeannie. Shout out Moneypenny. Tomcat. Matt Vorndren in the house as well. He's cheering on for Dale Markowski. And anybody else watching on Twitch, YouTube, on whatever device, screen that you may desire. Almost forgot, by the way, it's Thursday night. Where's Emily? Emily's in the house, and we always talk about the football score. Let me pull up the game. Who's playing? The Dolphins and the Bills, right? Go ahead and pull that up. Keep tabs on the score. Let's keep tabs on this race, though. Rookie Jacob Renneker in the 8th position sits ahead of Bren Roberts. Bren's 13 positions higher than when he started this race. Now trying to pick off Renneker and make the top 8. Further ahead. This gap, Briley Wright. He's on the outside. And now we'll also open the door for Matt Seeger, so the two Delta Sport cars move into 5th and 6th. .54 laps underway. Those who have not pitted. Who's that coming out of the pits, by the way? Those who have not pitted may need to within the next 40 laps. And then, of course, you have the drivers that pitted on lap 125. Jacob Bradley, Cody Pennell, Aaron Edwards, possibly fresher tires as well. (14-7), by the way, Bills over the Dolphins. Not necessarily what I wanted to see, but that's okay. Put it in the chat if you like Bills, if you like the Dolphins. Actually, it doesn't matter. Tell me your favorite NFL team in the chat. Let's see what's up. Let's see who's got the most fans watching Thursday night. That's actually curious. We'll see what team has the most fans watching TNT. Whether it's Bills, Lions, Chargers, whatever. Let me know. Aaron Edwards getting around Cody Pennell and staying around Cody Pennell for the second spot. Ethan Winters now behind Noah Belleville. You're looking at 4th, 5th, and 6th with Matt Seeger now moving to the port side of Ethan Winters in that cyan-colored number 10. The Georgian in the 16 can't pull off the move. Winters wants to go on the outside of Belleville. And Matt Seeger just kind of trapped, waiting for the fastest line around the Missouri pilot. Emily loves her Detroit Lions. Let's go Lions. That's right. Went to a Lions game a few weeks ago, the preseason game against the Texans. Awesome time. Loved it. Matter of fact, was it Evan Pienta, who's from Lambertville, Michigan? It is. I'm sure Evan Pienta's a Lions fan as well. Tanner Lockhart cheering for his man, Matt Seeger, who's running in that 5th position in the 1-6. He's chasing down Ethan Winters. They're having a good scrap for the 4th spot. Drama's in the house, and he likes the Falcons. Tanner Lockhart is a Bears fan. I know that much as well. Tanner, you might have just joined here, but we're representing our NFL fandom. 10:33 to go in this second quarter. Bills have the ball. Trying to go 3-0. Matt Seeger's trying to find the top 3. He's got to get through Ethan Winters to get to him. Cody Pennell's right there. He's not that far away. Richie Catania sits between them. And Matt Seeger hoping to have an easy time around Richie in the T-Rex machine. And a lot of you may know the story, but I'm going to briefly touch on it because I absolutely love this story, and it's just amazing. If you don't know the legend behind this paint scheme, and someone do correct me if what I say is incorrect, but they had brought this car to Charlotte to run in the Winston. The car just whipped the competition. It was unbelievably fast, and it was so fast to the point that after the race, they brought in the crew chief, Ray Evernham. When I say they, I mean the big man in charge, Bill France, at the time, in charge of NASCAR, brought Ray Evernham in, and he said, this car's illegal, tear it down, we never want to see it again. And this is where you can correct me, but I believe, as Ray Evernham tells it, he says, Mr. Francis, car's legal, and Bill tells him, it won't be tomorrow. They told him not to bring the car back. Apparently the car was well within the rules, but it had played in such a gray area, and Ray Evernham was that guy, obviously. He had built a formidable race car that just wasn't going to be beat, and they decided to bring it to the Winston, NASCAR's all-star race for no points and a whole bunch of money. So I think you couldn't find a better stage to unveil a car that necessarily plays in the gray area and could cost you potentially a lot of championship points and maybe even a title. But no, this paint scheme has a really special story. How about a 3-wide story? Do you remember what happened the last time they went 3 wide? Yeah, they crashed in turn number 1. Tommy Withers, Tom Sears, and Jacob Bradley all involved in that one. Tommy Withers right in front of the race leader, Jacob Bradley, and you're hoping that the 6 isn't trying to impede the race leader. He's got a 3.8 second advantage over Aaron Edwards in that second position. Tommy Withers flying the flag for the Dominican Republic, just trying to stay well ahead of Colin McDonough. 2-time champion Tom Sears trying to get around him. This is a battle, by the way. This is 14th position on the line. Tom Sears in his new number 18. Tommy Withers racing in that classic Valvoline number 6. Towards the top end, 1/10 of a second between Noah Belleville and Evan Pienta. Let's go on board with Belleville. The conveyor belt never stops. If you've never been to a race here at Bristol, I strongly recommend it. There's not a bad seat in the house, but it is just an endless conveyor belt of race cars. And it's mind-blowing. Me and actually a lot of the guys that you see in this race had gone to Bristol Motor Speedway to check out the first ever dirt race that was here. We saw the trucks that weekend. We saw the Cup cars that weekend. I think it rained out a couple times that weekend. It was awesome to see history down there on the racetrack. The lights have finally come on at Bristol. 83 of the 175 laps are underway. Is that halfway yet? I can't do math. Somebody who knows math tells me, but I don't think that's halfway. But anyway, it's been a fun race so far, definitely. 2 cautions early on, but we had that restart on lap, 27, 28, and we haven't looked back since. So a green flag run through all of that. Jacob Bradley's lead has shrunk over the last 5 laps. Aaron Edwards has been closing in on Jacob Bradley to the tune of a couple tenths per lap. I'm not sure if Jacob Bradley's in fuel save mode, but Edwards getting closer to the leader and further away from Matt Seeger. Let's have a listen with Jacob Bradley. Where you expect him to push the clutch in. Maybe it's just the racetrack itself, but Jacob Bradley not pushing in that clutch. 1.4 seconds the gap. Is he in fuel save mode? Aaron Edwards has put the hammer down. Both drivers did pit on lap 25. Surely they cannot make it 155 laps to the end of this race on a tank of fuel. They might try, but it's definitely not going to happen. Of course, we said that at Rockingham, and Jacob Bradley ended up going 70 laps on 1 tank of fuel, so really, who knows? That's why we like racing. Bren Roberts, the points leader on the outside of Tommy Withers. Is he coming in? He is coming into the pits. Noah Belleville stays out while Tom Sears is also on his way in. Single pit road at Bristol, by the way. That means the drivers must enter in turn number 2, and as Richie Catania is doing right now, they must circle all the way through turn number 4. It is a long, arduous pit road, and if the caution comes out while you're down here on pit road, it is really tough to come back from. Bradley, if it goes green from here, Bradley expected to pit probably... Let's assume he can go to 120 laps on fuel, so he's going to be pitting probably with 30 to go if he decides to go the distance. One guy that I was really happy to see make the race, my man right here, Ryan Lindemann. Shout out to the Tampa man, shout out to the 5-1. Rocking that bright green, what you never expect to see on the Kodak machine. Bright green rims, not even green, is it? Just day glow yellow, if you will, and then that lime green 5-1. He's got a style all his own. He loves green, I know that much. Good to see Lindo in the house. Good to see him putting forth the effort as the lights gleam off of the lime Kodak car. Points leader, Bren Roberts on the outside of Briley Wright. This is, well, I was going to say it's 5th place up for grabs, but Briley's not involved in this one. How about the lead, though? Jacob Bradley on the outside, Aaron Edwards to the inside, 1st place up for grabs. Belleville almost makes it 3 wide. He's trying to stick his nose into that battle for the lead. Bradley holds on. Look at Belleville get right underneath the 5-0. Belleville is possessed. Although he did just come down into the pits. He's got fresh tires, almost bulldozing his way through the leaders. Aaron Edwards, new leader, by the way, on lap 97. What does Bradley know that Edwards doesn't? You've got to think that Jacob Bradley doesn't just slow down for any reason. He's hit the wall, but did he also take on any sort of damage? These are the points coming into round number 4. Jacob Bradley 1 point behind Bren Roberts. Bren's running in the 6th position. And Bradley, if he's not saving fuel, he's certainly sinking rapidly through the running order. With 75 laps to go, we'll see what he can pull together. He's in. Jacob Bradley is into the pits. New leader, as of some laps ago, Aaron Edwards, now has to put the hammer down. Ethan Winters, 3/10 behind second. Cody Pennell, a quarter of a second ahead of Ben Roberts. Delta Sport running 1, 2, 3 with Aaron Edwards, Matt Seeger, and Ethan Winters. Something they've been trying to achieve for a very long time. Cody Pennell is in. Jacob Bradley is motionless in the pits. My man Chuck Sweeting catching his breath. The Hawthorne native running in lucky number 13th as the pit stops cycle through. Rookie Pienta is in. Cody Pennell has come to a halt. Aaron Edwards still leading this race, the Henrico, Virginia native. Has Josh Gaiman to his outside. How's that for close quarters? The leader trying to stay out of trouble. 7th in the standings. Inside the final 70 laps. It's still 14-7, by the way. Buffalo ahead of Miami. 3rd and 1. Miami's got the ball on their own half of the field, I think. I haven't been paying attention. Don't quote me. Aaron Edwards is in. How about that, though? So the race lead will now go to Georgia's Matt Seeger in the 1-6. Ethan Winters in that second position right behind him. Let's go on board with the Ohio driver. How about up close and personal with Tony Caputo in that sensational 27, by the way? Best paint scheme. Hands down. You're not going to beat this one. That Casey Atwood paint scheme is just awesome. It looks fantastic out here with the light shining off of it. Just a great piece of work right there. Running in 16th. Ryan Lindemann's in the pits. Tony Caputo might just find himself in the top 15 by the time the stops cycle through. Ethan Winters is into the pits. That's going to elevate Bren Roberts into second. Matt Seeger has 6 1/3 seconds over the rest of the field. He last pitted on lap 26. He's going to try and run this thing bone dry and pray for a caution. But you might have just caught a glimpse of who's in the distance. Jacob Bradley running in 7th. Last time by, Bradley was 15:51. Matt Seeger a 10th quicker, but there it is. You see there is damage on the right front of Bradley's car, but he's got fresh tires. He pitted on lap 101. He's definitely got enough fuel to make it to the end. Bradley's unlapped himself. Seeger in the 16. Still leading, and he's going to run it bone dry, but just how much further can he go is the real question. Is he coming in this time? He's on the inside there. Cars just flying around him. This is 6th place, up for discussion. Aaron Edwards and Josh Gaiman are going to split. Nick Pressey, they won't. Josh Gaiman will grab some wall. 3 wide again, Nick Pressey on the high side. Colin McDonough, Josh Gaiman go to his inside. 2-minute warning in Buffalo. 14-7 Bills. Ryan Lindemann on the outside trying to stay out of trouble, and the caution is out. Caution is out. Brent Roberts did not pit. We see the double three of Dale Markowski is involved. Brent Roberts, Matt Seeger, Jacob Renneker running first, second, third. Nick Pressey in seventh. All did not pit yet. And the caution has come out, but it looks like the caution is actually out for Matt Seeger on lap 119. We just took our eyes. We took our eyes off Matt Seeger, and this happened. Oh, and that's when Dale Markowski gets a piece of the 16. Matt Seeger, who had yet not pitted, was about to come into the pits. The 24 caught a piece of the 16. This may yet be fortunate for... Well, no, Matt Seeger already used a fast repair. Matt Seeger's already used a fast repair, which means he's going to have to take time into the pits repairing this. Have another look. Richie Catania in the 2-4 gets a piece of the 16 of Seeger. Nowhere for Dale Markowski to go. And Tommy Withers also catching a piece of this one. With Matt Seeger. Third caution comes out. Lights are out atop the pace truck. We're going to have just over 50 laps to go at Bristol. Brent Roberts, the points leader, has control of the field. The caution has come out, and there are only 5 cars on the lead lap because the pit stop cycle was not completed. Green flag is out. Let's see what happens. To answer Humpty Dumpty's question in the chat, well, never mind. What in the... Oh, my gosh. What happened here? Nick Pressey's rolling over. There goes Tony Caputo. And possibly a lifeline for Jacob Bradley. Was he anywhere near that crash when it happened? Jacob Bradley may very well get the lucky dog after going a lap down from the crash. We'll see just what happened at the moment of caution. No, he's already on the lead lap. Never mind. So... Aaron Edwards also involved, and that was just calamity from the start. 3 and 4 wide immediately after the restart, and I can't make heads or tails of this, so let's have another look. Keep your eye on the 3 of Briley Wright. He's the first car on the left-hand side. He was involved in this one big time. Oh, he got loose by himself. Nowhere for Gaiman to go. Belleville's involved. Pienta got a piece. Nick Pressey, Cody Pennell, Chuck Sweeting, Aaron Edwards. The 27 of Tony Caputo. Everybody got a piece of this one. Let's go on board with Briley. with Nick Pressey. And the gyro cam doing its thing twice over. Let's try this one more time. There we go. With Chuck Sweeting. It's like one of those challenges from NASCAR Thunder 2003 where you have to avoid the crash happening in front of you. Cousin Cody got involved. My favorite car of the night won Tony Caputo. That's almost hilarious. I don't know how in the world that happened, but it did. So what? The fourth caution comes out. We're going green again. Bren Roberts with another great start. 5 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Bradley is one of those 5. Goes Aaron Edwards. He gives a great shake to the left-hand side. Bradley to the outside. How about Jacob Renneker, the rookie? He's mixing it up in the top 3. Renneker gets loose right ahead of Edwards. They're all trying to avoid him. What a save, but the caution comes out again for the 5th time tonight. What happened here? Not for Jacob Renneker, but for Chuck Sweeting, Tom Sears, and Tony Caputo. Oh, Cody Pennell, Chuck Sweeting make contact. Nowhere for the 2-time champion to go. Evan Pienta also gets a piece of that one. And that's all she wrote there. So caution number 5 comes out. We're going to take a moment to catch our breaths. We're going to have right around 40 laps to go when we come back. Bren Roberts is your leader in round 4 at Bristol. Bren Roberts with control of the field, just outside 40 laps to go. We're going green next time by. Single file restart with the 84 in control here. Tanner Lockhart, Humpty Dumpty, Money Penny, Tomcat, everybody in the chat here. Still 14-7. Bills leading the Finns, 3rd and 3 with about 17 seconds to go before the half. Dolphins on the 9. Tua avoids contact, throws it to Tyreek Hill. Green flag comes out. 137 laps underway of the 175. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Dolphins with 11 seconds to go. Noah Belleville sits in 2nd on the outside of that 84, trying to do it the hard way around Brent Roberts, and he said, fine, I'll do it the Bradley way. Bradley stuck right to the inside of the 15 of Aaron Edwards. I thought there was going to be a crash there for a moment, and everybody wants to go around Brent Roberts. Roberts did not pit. He pitted on lap 120. Belleville on 126. Edwards 126. Bradley 126. So Brent Roberts, whose tires are only 6 laps more worn than the rest, doesn't get that advantage of shooting himself out of the gates. 35 laps to go next time by. DeSoto, Missouri's Noah Belleville just ran his fastest lap of the race. 14:79. Aaron Edwards now in front of Jacob Bradley. He runs in 2nd for Delta Sport. Bradley running for himself and trying to go for 2 straight TNT championships, has his direct rival behind him. Brent Roberts comes into the 4th round, 1 point ahead of Jacob Bradley. Let's go on board with the 84. Jacob Bradley now to the inside of Aaron Edwards, and this is not what the 41 wants to see. Aaron Edwards holding Bradley at bay. Belleville with a 4/10 advantage to the 1-5. Bradley hits the wall. Is he getting impatient? Let's go on board with the champ. That's how close it is. 2nd place on the line. Noah Belleville, half a second ahead of this riffraff here. 28 laps to go. Next time by it's 27. How long does Jacob Bradley wait? Does he know there will be a late race caution? There's Noah Belleville. Ethan Winters trying to mix it up himself. He's 0.6 of a second behind Jacob Renneker, the rookie, up 12 places from where he started. Brent Roberts up 18 places from where he started this race. What a drive. Put a quarter down. 25 laps to go. You're looking at the battle for 2nd place. Further on back, Ryan Lindemann sits behind Richie Catania, who's on the outside of Colin McDonough. Lindo trying to get to the inside of the 24. That is for the 13th position. Aaron Edwards just holding off Jacob Bradley for now. 23 to go this time. Lindo has finally reached the back end of the 2-4. He's going for the move. This is for the 13th position. Aaron Edwards getting closer to Noah Belleville. Has Belleville used the magic in those good years of his? no longer as fresh as they used to be. Aaron Edwards has caught up to 4/10 within that 41 car. 2:0 to go next time by. Then it's 1-9 at the line. Jacob Bradley looks like he's opened the door on the 15. Edwards slams the wall lightly. Ethan Winters catching up to Jacob Renneker, half a second and fewer remains between them. Lindo gets around Richie Catania, so the Kodak machine moves into the top 13. Aaron Edwards, less than 2/10 ahead of Jacob Bradley. Noah Belleville, the Season 9 champion. And he ended up winning Season 9 with 11 wins that season. Jacob Bradley, the Season 10 champion. And Bradley finished with 10 wins that season. Noah Belleville holds the all-time record for wins in a season. Bradley absolutely wants to smash that. Coming into this 11th season, coming into this 4th round in season number 11. Brent Roberts leads Jacob Bradley by 1 point. Bradley already has 2 wins in 3 starts. The other win goes to Ryan Pennell, who won our season opener. Ryan not in tonight's race. He couldn't make the booth. He's on dad duty tonight, and that's quite all right. Shout out to the Pennell family, by the way. Ryan, Kinsey, Harper. How about that move for the lead? Aaron Edwards to the inside with 14 to go. He puts Delta Sport on point for now. Belleville with a great run out of turn number 2, but does he have the grip after racing the life out of those tires? Jacob Bradley opens the door to the left-hand side of the Missouri Pilot. Bradley's there. He's seen his move. 12 to go next time by. How aggressive does Bradley get with the back end of Aaron Edwards? A dozen laps remain. Brent Roberts right there on Noah Belleville as well. Does Brent Roberts quickly take away that final podium step? 11 to go. Who do you got? Nine more laps. Brent Roberts to the inside of Noah Belleville, the points leader on damage control, and he wants that final step on the podium. He wants to get closer to his championship rival. 8 laps to go. Half a second between Aaron Edwards and Jacob Bradley. Edwards has been on the cusp of a victory for every race this season. Rockingham, so close. Bradley was able to get away. 7 laps remain. Can he hang on? Noah Belleville now spent chasing Brent Roberts. Further back, Richie Catania is reeling in Ryan Lindemann for 13th. Edwards still ahead with 6 to go. Ethan Winters now hunting down Noah Belleville. What happened to the 41? A beautiful start to the final stint of this race. And I think Belleville just pushed too hard, too fast. It was a bold strategy. And it's worked out to have Noah Belleville in the 5th position. A great run regardless. He started in 5th. Look at the drivers that are ahead of him. Ethan Winters, Brent Roberts, Jacob Bradley, who's half a second behind Aaron Edwards. Tom Sears is looking to unlap himself. It is 3 circuits remaining at Bristol. The 1.5 Delta Sport machine of Aaron Edwards comes into this 4th round looking to go further up in the points. Is this his statement saying, I can fight for this championship. 11 campaigns into the season. I don't know that we've had a campaign with 4 championship contenders right off the bat. This is a special season indeed. Colin McDonough goes another lap down as the white flag comes out at Bristol. Aaron Edwards in the unified potential Ford has a half a lap to make it happen, to get that victory. Aaron Edwards finally opens his season 11 account. He wins round 4 at Bristol. How about that for a celebration? Aaron Edwards leading 24 laps. He gets the victory. We're going to talk to Aaron Edwards, Jacob Bradley, Brendan Roberts in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. On the podium with our top 3, with the man, the myth, the legend, Bren Roberts. Bronze medal tonight, Bren. Fantastic drive, by the way. Let no one take that away from you, man. Just what more did you need to get into second? Did you think third was possible, Bren?
My way into the top 5.
Just had a little audio issue there, Brent. Sorry about that. But you were expecting a top 5. You come away with a top 3. Unofficially, you're going to be second in the points by 2 markers headed into next week's race at Silverstone. Brent, tell me we're going to see you at Silverstone, man.
I hope so. If everything goes to plan, I should be there. I'd probably put it at like 70-30 right now, but I always enjoy running a road course, so it should be fun.
All right, man. We'll see you at Silverstone there. Let's talk with our silver medalist and points leader by 2 digits headed into Silverstone. 1, Jacob Bradley. JB, what else did you need to get around Aaron Edwards?
I needed to not have some toe damage there. I don't know. I guess I hit the wall a little bit too hard early in the race and forgot to uncheck my fast repaired one. We had there was a little hiccup there where Chuck got into the back of Jake Renneker. I got a little bit of right front damage and it broke the toe. But I didn't think I had anything for Aaron at that point. He drove up and passed me on old tires there. I thought I got a little bit better on the second run, even with the toe damage for my tires. But he drove a great race, and there's not much I could do there.
Silverstone next week. Can we count on you being there, champ?
Yeah, I'll be there. We'll see what we got. Never driven Silverstone in anything, so we'll see what a Gen 4 is like.
You also said you'd never driven a couple of tracks in the Gen 4 car as well, and now you've got the points lead 4 races in. We'll see what happens.
Everyone else, thank you.
How about our race winner? First win this season, Mr. Aaron Edwards coming away with that W. Hey, Aaron, be honest with me, buddy. Was the win a possibility coming into tonight's race? In your mind, did you think it was possible?
Rick, I'm a short track guy, and Bristol is right up my wheelhouse. I just can never seem to put it all together here, but we finally got it done. It was a crazy, intense race, but I ran it to the best of my ability and just found another gear there at the end. Ton of fun.
Unofficially headed into next week's race at Silverstone. You are 4th in the points with that win. Awesome celebration, by the way. Hell of a celebration watching you burn it down, man. But now you got to go for 2 wins in a row next week at Silverstone. What do you think?
I'm not a road course guy, but I got some pretty good people in my corner. Delta Sport, they're a road course team, so we're going to link up with some of the pro guys over there and see if maybe they could teach me some tricks. Thanks to Unified Potential and Sudspeed, Race Factory, Sim Shop, Me on the Car, all our partners that make us go fast. I appreciate them having me on. I'm glad I can finally prove that I'm, kind of belong over there. Man, that was a crazy race. I cannot understate that.
You sounded
was
exhausted a second ago when I first talked to you in the booth there before we came back on, and you still sound exhausted now, man. You deserve a cold beverage. We're gonna let you celebrate for a moment, and we will see you next week at Silverstone.
Yeah, I'm so pumped. That was not a long race, but it was an intense race for sure. So thank you.
Aaron Edwards comes away with the win. And there is your top 20 there. What a race. I had fun. I hope you had fun as well. And we get to do it again next week. And it's going to be even crazier. You expect the cars to be here. You don't expect them to be at a Formula One racetrack, much less one of the most famous one of them all. So next week, right here, 840 Rick James TV, Silverstone. The week after that, 2 weeks. How about Charlotte Motor Speedway? Back to our roots, if you will. So we're totally going left field next week, and then we're coming back home 2 weeks after that. Your favorite drivers are here. Your most relatable drivers are here. I think you all know them on a first-name basis now. So if you love racing and if you had fun tonight, keep kicking it with us because the season's only getting started. Round 5 of 14 next week right here. And until that next race, everybody stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you all around the corner.